Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Wednesday, October 7th, 2015. I'm your presenter, Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Now for the news in detail. Minister responsible for fisheries, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, yesterday, Tuesday, October 6th, met with a team of professional engineers who are visiting Nevis to do preliminary work to assess the feasibility of relocating the Charlestown Community Fisheries Center to Bath Village. According to Minister Jeffers, under this study, the team is expected to collect data and information and meet with a number of stakeholders in the project.
We're not here to say that the complex will be built tomorrow or next week or next year, but the work has started in terms of looking at the possibility of that relocation, which is much better than saying that there will be no complex. At least we know that we're doing whatever we can to ensure that the right steps are taken so that we can eventually bring this project to fruition.
Two members of the team are advisors for the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, while the third is the Senior General Manager for Environmental Consultants for Ocean and Human, ECOH Corporation.
My name is Shinji Sakurai. I'm from JICA, Japan International Cooperation Agency, headquartered in Tokyo, Japan. I believe that tourism and fisheries are very important sector of business in Nevis. If we can do something for development of these sectors, we are very happy.
I'm Tanaka from JICA headquarters, so I'm in charge of this project at JICA headquarters. So this time, this is a preliminary study for Nevis Fisheries project, and I hope we will formulate a new project that will be effective for all Nevis people.
My name is Takemoto Eco Corporation. I will do some preliminary survey at 1 week in Nevis.
Permanent Secretary Eric Evelyn says the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries is delighted to have the team here on Nevis, as it believes the Community Fisheries Center will bring much benefit to the island.
And we are hoping that from this preliminary study that is being conducted by these three gentlemen, that we will see indeed the fisheries complex. I think it is long overdue, and we are happy that they are here. Apart from meeting with the Ministry of Agriculture, they will also be meeting with some fishermen. They will also be meeting with the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Tourism, because it's all in an effort to get information from the relevant stakeholders, and all in an effort to ensure that once this preliminary report and its preliminary study is conducted, that they will have all of the necessary information to move forward and make the fisheries complex a reality.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, Eric Evelyn. The Department of Agriculture is partnering with the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO to introduce Farmer Field School on the island during a training of trainers workshop which was held yesterday, Tuesday, October 6th at the Department of Agriculture in Prospect. National consultant for the FAO, Conrad Kelly, outlined the aim of the project.
We are looking at the commercialization of onion and coal crop production with the aim of reducing the food import bill, certainly for onions and coal crops, by 20% in 3 years' time. Specifically, what we're doing here today is we've met with a master trainer who's coming sent in by FAO to conduct training of extension staff with farmers, which is called the Farmers Field School methodology. A methodology that has been developed and tested in the region, and now we want to apply it here in St. Kitts, starting with onion and coal crops being cabbage, cauliflower, pak choy, those type of crops.
The overall training is expected to continue over a 3.5-week period, according to Master Trainer for Farmer Field School, Kian Stevenson.
The Farmer Field School basically is a approach or methodology of extension delivery where you deal with hands-on learning by doing, where the field or the farm is a classroom, seen as a classroom without walls, where we take facilitators or extension officers, trainers, and farmers together through a season-long training from seed to harvest, or from farm to consumer, where the farmers and the technicians together can go through all the components of growing a healthy crop and all the different stages.
When asked how the participants are responding to the training, Stevenson had this to say.
The participants, both the extension officers and the farmers, they seem very enthusiastic about the process. The farmers in particular are embracing the process, and the extension officers, and I think they love the idea that extension officers and farmers will be working together hand in hand from land preparation all the way to getting the crop to the market. The entire value chain will be explored, and all different aspects of the value chain will be looked at. All constraints and areas that need improvement will be looked at during the field school program, during the season-long growing, that at the end of the process, both farmers and extension officers alike will be empowered to make better decisions on their holdings and in the industry.
Stevenson says it is a season-long training and the time frame is solely dependent on the crop. Students of the Nevis Sixth Form College and the island's secondary school students yesterday, Tuesday, October 6th, benefited from a workshop titled Quality Education for Students. The session was coordinated by Director of Higher and Continuing Education, Lornette Quilly-Connor, in collaboration with the St. Kitts and Nevis Accreditation Board. Dr. Robertine Shadderton explained the purpose of yesterday's session.
I had an experience here about a year ago when I spoke to some young people about going off to university, and I said, are you sure that the university you have picked is accredited? And their question was, what is accreditation? And so when the CANCATE board offered to do a session with our young people, I thought this is the topic that we need to have.
The session was facilitated by a team of experts from the Caribbean Area Network for Quality Assurance in Tertiary Education, CANCATE.
You're going to make some decisions in another couple of years about where to study, and you need to be sure that the school that you choose has been accredited so that your money or your parents' money is not wasted.
CANCATE member Dr. Yvonette Marshall is the director of the Accreditation Council in Jamaica. She explained that accreditation is an external review of institutions and programs for quality assurance and improvement.
Now, the accreditation body in each country is actually established by the government, so it has to have recognition. Accreditation is both a status, so it's a status in terms of a stamp of quality, but it's also a process. So when we review the programs or the institution, you look at the quality of the teaching and learning experiences, the quality of the program, so the curriculum, what it's made up of, is it meeting the degree standards, the quality of the leadership and administration, the quality of the facilities, the quality of the graduates, and of course the teaching and learning experiences speak to the teaching staff and the learning in terms of what is the student experience.
According to CANCATE President Dr. Ruby Aline, yesterday's session was the launch of something very important.
We go from country to country across the Caribbean having conferences every year. And every year we go and we have a conference and then we leave. This year we wanted to launch something new. We want to leave something behind that will last. And so we're calling it our Quality Footprint Initiative. We want to leave a footprint behind. That's a quality footprint. That's giving and sharing something that we have been able to learn and to acquire with you. And you will have the opportunity to take this footprint forward and to leave something, a little bit of knowledge and information with somebody else.
Also making presentations were CanCate representatives from around the Caribbean, Pamela Dottin, Curtis Floyd, Dr. Angela Penny, Haran Ford, and Rock Bruno. CanCate is part of the International Network for Quality Assurance Agencies in Higher Education. Still to come,
we are hoping that in using other forms of assessment, we will begin to see our boys stepping up their performance.
The details after this break.
Hey, you know it's your groovy soca monarch king, your boy Speedy, and I'm here with the Inland Revenue Department, and I love my side dish. And guess what? I also love Nevis too. And as a responsible taxpayer, your tax dollars help to build our nation. So I'm here to tell you, pay your taxes on time and be a responsible citizen. And don't get me wrong, it's a serious song. I pay my taxes. Boom!
Welcome back. The St. Christopher and Nevis Ministry of Education is considering the use of alternative assessments as a component of the test of standards for primary school students. The test of standards is a national examination designed to assess the achievements of students in grades 3 to 6. According to Palsy Wilkin of the NIA's Department of Education, since its inception 15 years ago, the test of standards has been regarded as a one-shot paper and pencil test.
As from next year, we will improve upon that by doing other forms of assessment, which will include projects, journals, book reports, portfolios, and performance skills. All of these areas will be paid attention to in the interim curriculum, which we have in place and which we are going to be working on.
Wilkin notes that alternative assessments are more resource and time intensive on the part of everyone involved and are more expensive on the part of the Ministry of Education. She says, however, alternative assessments are better as they cater for more varied and valued learning outcomes that are not possible with a paper and pencil test.
Over the years, we have seen a trend in which our girls continue to outperform our boys, and we are hoping that in using other forms of assessment, we will begin to see our boys stepping up their performance and really performing at par and even beyond our girls.
The interim curriculum, Wilkin also notes, is expected to be developed into the final revised curriculum, incorporating alternative assessments during the 2016-2017 academic year. The Nevis Post Office will join the rest of the world in celebrating World Post Day on Friday, October 9th. According to Deputy Postmistress General Rhonda Forbes Williams, the Nevis Post Office is hosting a month of activities to mark the observance. They include morning devotions at Vaughan Radio and Choice FM, the launch of the U.S. Mail Service, the reading of the Universal Postal Union Director General's message, and Appreciation Day at the Post Office on Friday, October 9th, World Post Day.
Wednesday 21st, there'll be an exchange of officers between St. Kitts and Nevis post offices. Tuesday 20th to Thursday 22nd, tree planting projects at various schools. Saturday 24th October, that would be a day for both St. Kitts and Nevis postal offices where we're going to have fun sports at the beach. Wednesday 28th October, there'll be a presentation of certificates to past postal workers at the post office in Charlestown. On Friday 30th, there'll be recognition of workers to include naming of officers, both postman and woman of the year.
On this Saturday, October 31st, the Nevis Post Office will host a 2020 cricket tournament at the El Camino T. Willett Park. Forbes Williams is encouraging persons to support the activities for World Post Month. That's it for tonight's edition of the Nevis Newscast. Thank you for viewing. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Good night.